And we're back. It's a couple of weeks. You got Phil with us. And myself. Cool, right? Interesting couple of weeks. Just as a heads up, whatever it is you do, if you're into good thoughts and vibes, do that. If you're into prayer, by all means, do that. Corey's having some undefined difficulties at this point in time, so just keep him in mind. However you choose to do that would be appreciated, I'm sure. So if you're paying attention, Corey, and able to, we're right here. So anyways, onward and upward. We had this past weekend, and including today, we had Toylanta over at the new venue, which was pretty awesome. John forced me to go.
Sure, he really had to twist your arm.
He did. He has some compromising photos of me. And
I blame it on Wolf because he's the one that kept on until finally he talked me into it.
That's right.
It was blackmail.
It was. It certainly was. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then, of course, WonderCon, which I've never been to and never will, but we've seen some photos. Doesn't seem like there was a lot this year, but McFarlane had a decent showing, which shouldn't really surprise anybody because I think this will be the last WonderCon he has any DC stuff to show. So we'll go over that. What else you guys got? Anything pressing? Anything you want to say before we jump in?
I got some progress done on my mess.
Mm-hmm.
the annex.
I've almost got one room organized. I got 2 shelves I got to put together. I need to get me a couple more to finish it off. But I did get the doorway cut that I was planning on cutting. I'm kind of nailed up the other one, and I sent Shane a few pictures of my progress, so you kind of. I'll give you updates every 2 weeks when we have the show. I'll send pictures of what I got, but it may slow down because I had a week off from work this week. That's why I actually got stuff done. But yeah,
what's going on, Burnell?
Slow down some.
What's happening, buddy? Mr.
Corey,
Mason.
appreciate that. Mason.
Yep.
Mason.
Thank you. Thank you. Vernell, I don't know as I ever met you, but hey, what's happening? Sorry, eating a cheese stick. Gotta keep my protein.
Gotta keep the blood sugar up.
Finished off.
Yeah, exactly right.
Remember, Dave's the $250,000 man. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So
you got a computer to keep him moving.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I am all bionic now. Oscar Goldman calls me every day to check on my progress. I got wandering around out here in the woods the other day, and I found this big lighted spinning tunnel, and there was a Bigfoot in it. I don't know what the heck was going on.
You sure it was Bigfoot or Rick?
I was gonna say it was Rick dressed up like Bigfoot, wasn't it?
Well, if it was Rick, I'm sorry about ripping your arm off, but hey, that's the way it goes.
It happens.
For those of you, yeah, you'd have to have experience watching the $6 Million Man to get
it was
most
an
of
honest
those
mistake.
stupid jokes. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. The episode he went bowling. Remember when he went bowling and smashed the pins?
Yeah.
And Dave did stop to eat.
Didn't get any of that.
Sorry,
now he's
Shane. Dave did stop to eat. When we went to Toylanta.
Hallelujah!
Oh, I did.
Keep his blood sugar up.
It was like 3:00 in the afternoon, but we did finally get something to eat.
I think John was about to pass out.
No, it was later than that, wasn't it? I have to tell you.
Did y'all let Phil drive again?
No.
No.
I'd be glad of that one alone.
No, we all jumped in the pickup and went over there. So worked out pretty good. But like I said, the trip over there went so fast that we just didn't think of stopping. And then We might as well jump into it, right? I mean, the new venue for Toylanta was actually very nice. There was one big room downstairs, right?
Yeah.
Technically downstairs. And there were 4 or 5 smaller rooms upstairs, plus vendors in that hallway there. I thought it worked very well. I have to tell you, it was a little confusing. We stood in line for an hour just to get into the first room, which was a bit of a drag, but hopefully they get that figured out, right? I mean, wasn't terrible. There's plenty of places to sit down, unlike the other venue where there was no place to sit down. There was a big restaurant there that we didn't get anywhere near because that place was very busy.
I imagine so.
Well, it's the facility is much larger. They had some type of church service going on in one of the bigger rooms right there, immediately beside the big room.
Yeah, there was. I think it was a Catholic service going on. Or something.
There was something there. It had some kind of Catholic vibe going on there with the statues and stuff on the table. There was dozens of little girls running around that were in different dance troupes. So there was some kind of dance competition or something going on there. There was a ton of those, ton of kids running around. It was actually very cool. No one was pushing and shoving and crowded in the hallways. I will say the main room was still crowded as ever. But you guys, if you've ever been to a show, you kind of know how that goes.
Yeah, I think most shows have that problem.
Well, you know how this goes, right? We're there on Saturday morning, and this is what happens every stinking time. There's certain people that you know what they're doing. They get into a certain booth and they won't move. They get right as close to the merchandise as they can because they're absolutely scared to death. Somebody's going to get something that they don't get or they don't see first or whatever. So they kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're deliberately in the way. We all know they're doing it on purpose. So that's a bit of a frustrating thing. And you know what? If they gave some more room, it would be harder for them to do that.
Yeah.
Right. But it was kind of like John said, the layout was basically still the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it was still good. It was a little confusing when we pulled in. There was no signage. Was there, guys? There was no signage.
No.
There wasn't anybody telling. There's 2 parking garages. They weren't telling us which parking garage to go to.
We were 2 parking garages away from the main building.
Yeah. Where we parked, there weren't even people. We weren't even sure Toylanta was going on. But when we walked down the hill a little bit, now all of a sudden there's people everywhere. But it was very strange. It's a big facility. So, but no signs, no lawn signs, nothing.
They didn't even have the little floaty guy out front waving his arms around.
No, nothing. I mean, they still, quite a few thousand other people managed to find the place just like we did, so it was successful. But a little signage wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
Chance from Second Chance was telling me that their booth size were 10 by 10, and they ended up with 2. So they had they got 2 booths for their little spot.
And
Corey looks different.
Yeah, he shaved his head.
He lost some hair.
He was trying to look like Dave, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So no, it was a good show, right? I mean, guys, I think it was a good show.
I thought it was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went. I'm glad my peer pressure friends, taught me into going.
We got
pictures from it.
We got to see Wonder Piper while we were there. So
Wonder Piper.
Right.
There's a guy cosplaying as Roddy Piper, but he had on the bright red Wonder Woman boots with it. So we called him Wonder Piper.
Yeah,
he didn't even
lace always that one.
Oh no, there was others. He was mild compared to but no, and that actually wasn't even bad this time. We didn't have the Rainbow Brigade running around in there like you usually do.
There was a biological set of twins that were dressed up like Tomasius and Zaymont, and they
Yeah.
Nice.
they were the
was
they
cool.
were the winners of the cosplay to me.
Yeah. The one with the fake
Yeah.
scar, that fake scar actually looked real too.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a good job.
And one of them's actually left-handed, and the other's actually right-handed.
Yeah.
In real
Very cool.
life.
Yeah, very cool.
There you go. Someone dressed up like Blade. He even had his own theme music when he was walking around.
That was weird.
Yeah.
The theme music was a little weird, but
Yeah, and then you had someone dressed up like Snake Eyes, Shipwreck. Was trying to think
Yeah,
of any other ones.
We saw him. Our first thought was, "There's only one idiot. I mean, only one Blade."
yep.
Those
What are
are,
these,
those
what
are
are
some
these
pictures.
Phil's pictures?
Yeah, those are some pictures of stuff that I just took pictures of when I was walking around. Things I thought were cool, that kind of thing. The two Transformers were at Walmart that we stopped at.
Yeah.
They had a Bumblebee and a Gears in the new package, and I thought, yeah, there you go. I thought those were
pretty
really
cool.
Yeah, those remind me of the old Transformers.
Yep.
And
The old vintage stuff. Yep.
Yeah, but I gotta say,
$25 though. Yeah,
I gotta say, they're 3 inches tall and they're $25.
yeah. I
that
like
was
the
a little-
Bumblebee.
Yeah, that was a little hard to take.
Yeah.
But I get it's just the way it is now. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but
If you
they're
like,
cool.
if you like it, you can get it. Go ahead. Like
Right.
the Ghost Rider, I don't have.
And still don't, by the way.
Still don't. Not for $110.
Very cool.
That's
The
like
Mad Balls display.
Mad Balls.
Was that
Yeah,
400 for the whole thing? Please tell me yes.
I'm guessing it is. That's what they got on there.
Because that's the new ones that just come out.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's
I didn't
probably
know that.
Those are the new ones,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that would have to be for all of them.
They are
There's
they're
a
re-releasing
guy on-
them.
There's a guy on YouTube called Froggy Flips. I don't know if anybody watches him or not, but
Nope.
he's a big Mad Ball collector. He's got a huge Mad Ball collection, and he's all about those things. That's kind of why I took a picture of that, because I thought, yeah, I thought that was neat. Yeah, there's the what do you call it? Boba Fett Viper.
Boba Viper.
Boba Viper.
Was that the Black Major group there?
They were Extensive Enterprises. They're the guys that did the custom bats and stuff. You remember, we've seen them before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
See, they got
Boba
the
Fett.
bat in the
Yeah,
background.
no, this is different. This is Extensive Enterprises.
Okay.
Black Major,
Oh,
I think, done the Boba Bat, but he done the
Oh,
Boba
okay.
Viper. It's two
Yeah.
different groups.
There's
You
two
see in the
different guys.
back there, he's got a bat,
Bat.
Yeah.
a Batman bat.
Bat.
Yeah, there you
Kind of got his
go.
head cut off in the picture, but I thought that was pretty cool. And it was
Yeah.
like $20 a piece. It wasn't all that bad. But
Yeah.
I did pick that up, the Dreadnought Cycle. I did get that.
And that's
Those
not
are
a
good.
bad price for
Those
it.
are very nice people too.
I actually got it for $25. I got it for $5 off that, so I got it for 25.
You should have, because you got to clean it up.
No, it was
Yeah.
pretty dirty, but it was
Yeah,
complete.
it's a little dirty. I ain't got to it yet, but I'm gonna get it cleaned up.
Yep.
And
And
that's the
there
book.
is something we'll talk about in a little bit.
That thing is just beautiful.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of.
thought that was cool. The Batman TV.
it's
The
the
only
bat
problem
TV.
is you turn it on, it's the same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Every
Even
time.
when you change the channel, it's the same thing.
It never changes.
That's the box the book comes in.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We'll show you that stuff.
Yeah.
It was signed by, over, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he signed that one.
Sweet.
I had never seen a BJ and the Bear model before, and I
Yeah.
thought that was cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, $200.
Yeah.
That was sold, but I never saw that actually. That
I
must
took
have been
this picture because this was something I was going to try to get it at some point. I didn't buy it, but it's a destroyer droidic from the Phantom Menace.
Yep.
Glad to get that at some point, but not too bad. Yeah, those are just pictures I took. Of stuff I thought was cool.
Yep.
Oh, and that's the little pocket guide. They're doing I don't know if they're doing a Kickstarter or some kind. You go to the website and you can vote on which option you want.
It's very
And,
cool. It's a 4x4. You guys can go on. You can go on and watch the video. It's a 4-inch by 4-inch pocket guide.
Yeah.
For 82 to 94 characters. It's very cool. You have to go check that out. 3djoes.com/field guides and go see what the options are. It's a very cool book. I went and voted on that today.
The pictures of the figures are actually 1:1 scale, so it's like actually 2 scale in the book.
That's cool.
So yeah, when you look at it, each page shows you the figure, shows you all of the accessories that came with the figure, and then there's a way of checking underneath the figure to make sure you have all of the accessories, and then on the open end of the book, you can check if it's complete or not, so that if you take the book and flip it, just like an old flip cartoon, you can see what you have and what you don't. And it's 4x4, and it'll fit in your back pocket. So that if you're, yard sailing or whatever, you can look these figures up and you'll know exactly what they have, what they don't, what's missing, what's correct. It's very, very cool idea. And again, it's the guys at 3D Joe's, that Carson Metaxas, that's doing this. So yeah, go check that out and watch the videos of him describing what the deal is with the book. So yeah, those are not in production yet, but that's what he's trying to figure out. He's trying to gauge what people would want. So there were multiple options for that.
Because if everybody votes for I think the last option, there'll be actually 3 books. Because you've got the artwork, the file cards, the figure, and the whole shebang.
I would be perfectly content with the single book, because it's just such a great book. I don't need the file cards and everything. I got so many other sources for that. But to have that pocket guide just to show the accessories, that would be awesome. That would be fantastic, because I got just as an example, I got a complete minty with the box tactical battle platform with the rifles. And you, John, will attest to this. Those rifles are a bit of a controversy sometimes, whether those are AP, whether they're tactical battle platform, or whether they were actually with the original figures, because they're all different. A guide like that will tell you exactly, what's correct and what isn't, which would be pretty handy, because they're all common rifles, but the coloration on them was different between the 3 different ways that they were released. So I've seen, John probably tell you this, I've seen a lot, and Shane too, seen a lot of tactical battle platforms with the wrong rifles. Because those lighter gray rifles were much more rare than the standard issues that came with the figures. And the APs,
and I'll tell you right now, don't tell the person selling it it's got the wrong rifles, because they will lose it.
Oh, they'll freak right out. Yeah, because chances are they know it and
don't care.
So yeah, it'd be a cool thing. So go and vote on that. That'd be a good thing.
And from what I've been seeing and hearing, this was the talk of the show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's all I've heard about.
It's
for the last 2 days.
It's impressive.
That really doesn't. I'm sorry. That picture really doesn't do it justice. It was in a huge glass case.
It is massive.
It is very impressive, and it's beautifully done. It really is. It really, really is. It's a gorgeous piece. And it's not just. It certainly wouldn't just be Mythic Legions. I mean, you could do. Anything that you could ever have use for a dragon that's 4.5 feet long. There you go.
Dungeons and Dragons,
Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff.
Game of Thrones.
This is going to sound silly. This is going to sound silly, but I have to tell you, I very much so appreciate the fact that this thing doesn't have a bunch of saddles and straps and reins molded onto it, because that will work with any scale. Because it doesn't have any of those things. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, the thing with the dragon is you got some huge dragons, you've got some smaller dragons. So whatever scale figure you put with it to display it with, it can work with just about any scale, like you're saying. Like you're saying.
Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, it really is very nice.
How much was it? Like $500?
It's $500. Well, $550 plus the wing. Yeah. The flame and the wings are extra, correct?
And I think the extra head too. I think it's like
Yeah,
$150 more.
Yeah, they're extra.
Yeah, well,
You're
yeah,
looking at
so-
$700 to get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I did not. I mean, this is still a crowdfunding type thing. Did they have any? Are they saying when this thing is actually going to be
I think it's still got
physically
2 weeks to
available?
go.
Okay, so
Oh,
when is it?
it'll probably be 2
No,
years from now. For you
They've not had a release date on it.
They have
I mean-
no release date, which makes
Here it
It's,
is.
it's
I mean,
got
the
2
bear
weeks
supposed
left, I
to come
believe.
out last fall, so we still hadn't seen the bear yet. So
well, see that, and I'm right. I mean, the fact that the bear
Yeah.
was supposed to be released last August, and we still have not seen the bear. So, $750 total for the base package.
I mean, it's
With
just it's totally cool.
It's very cool. It's very cool. It's incredibly well done. If you want it, buy it. Right? I'm not going to say anything other than that.
It's the size of a HasLab project. I mean, really, it's
Oh,
that
bigger
big.
than that.
Oh well, yeah, no, it's
And
it's
the
not
cool
only-
thing is they're offering local pickup for this, so you don't have to pay shipping if you live local
we're local to where
to the
you know?
warehouses.
Yeah, like where are they local to?
I can't
So
remember.
sometime
I
in
knew, but I
2028,
just
you'll
can't
be
remember.
able to go get it.
Exactly.
I mean, these things are going to take a long time to produce. There's a lot of
Oh,
man
yeah,
hours in
yeah.
those
Yeah,
things.
they said it'd be at least a year in production, I believe, is what they're saying.
They said that already.
Yeah,
No, that's good. At least they.
it'd be at least a year in production.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but guys, it's so complicated. I mean, I went by the Monster Force booth, and that general figure, right? The general with the 3 heads that all of us Joe collectors have been waiting for forever. And they announced that Doctor or whatever his name, it looks exactly like Dr. Venom from the Marvel books.
Did you see the general figure there? I looked.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't see it.
it's just that's what I was going to say. It's just it's still just a stinking prototype. It's been over a year, and they don't even have a production sample yet. It's still just a prototype.
Yeah.
When you start, for me, if you start dealing with the smaller producers, and even those guys, even Mythic Legions is small compared to what Hasbro or Mattel is putting out. And you look at some of the delays that we've experienced already, boy, I don't know, man. I would be, if I was in the market for that dragon, I would not get my heart set on 1 year. I would probably kick it out to about 18 months so I didn't get disappointed, because it doesn't seem, they seem to have a lot of production issues. And I don't believe it's their fault, not in the least. I just think that dragon, I'm telling you what, man, that the man hours involved in just painting that thing have got to be 10 times what is being spent on let's say a regular 6-inch action figure. Easily 10 times.
Yeah.
Mythic Legion hand paint their figures.
Well, they're all hand painted to a certain extent, but that thing, there's probably some machine painting in it, but
Well, they could use different filament for making the different parts, so different colored filament.
yeah, the parts will have different base colors, I'm sure, but if that one that was there is any indication, there's a whole lot of paint apps going on there.
Still, that's with that figure being that big, though, it's still going to have some paint,
Big time.
paint stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know what was their goal, Shane. What was the number that they wanted to produce?
I just had it pulled up. Give me just a second. It was like 2,500 for the dragon, I believe is what it was.
I would bet that between handling, dry time, assembly, and everything else, I'd almost bet even at the fastest factory, they're going to have a full day's worth of production hands-on on each one of those units just to produce it. What do you bet? Between assembly, paint, sorting, quality control, and dry time, I would bet that there's a whole day's worth per dragon.
Oh, every bit of it, man.
Oh,
Produce
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah. It would take, if it's a standard 8-hour shift, it's going to take a lot longer than that just to finish one up.
Yeah, it's the man hours involved in one of those is going to be huge.
Yeah.
But with that said, and I know they're big fans of ours and they're all watching us. So
2,000
kudos.
units.
Kudos to you guys. You did a fantastic job on that. And I genuinely do hope it's success. And I genuinely do hope that they get produced and in collectors' hands quickly. And that's genuine. I'm joking about them being fans. They don't, they only watch every other show. But
They only watch when Corey's on.
that's right. So I wish them all the best on that. And it looks like that will be successful. So
It was
It's
2,000.
already funded.
It's already funded, yeah.
okay.
That
Good.
and the fiery breath is already funded, and the wings are really, really close.
Okay, so that'll fly. And you said what, 2 weeks left?
1 week. I just
Oh,
lost
yeah,
1
so
week.
that'll fly.
And
Yeah.
It'll
the
probably
base
go through.
the base does come with an action figure too. The dragon comes with a knight or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
with this knight right here with the green cape on.
Oh, very
It
good.
comes with him. And then one of the upgrades is the flaming guy here, which is the burning knight, and then
Oh, yes.
the
I remember
burnt
seeing that.
skeleton.
Yep.
is
Well, you
the
got to
other-
have a snack. The dragon's got to have a snack.
Yeah. Actually, the green guy is like his handler, I guess you would say, his buddy partner.
Good luck with that job.
But see, he was a stretch goal also, and then they realized they weren't going to make it, so they slammed him in there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there you go.
they jumped over the 2,000 mark with it really quick.
Yeah.
It's,
They jumped the shark so they could make sure they can fund it then.
Yeah.
That's right. You got to admit, guys. I mean, we serious Joe collectors have we've thrown a few $100s here and there at Hasbro to have it sit for a year and a half.
Mhm.
But boy, $750 to be sitting in limbo on a crowd-funded thing. That would be hard for me to do. I trust these companies. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I trust them $750.
Yeah.
$1,100 for all add-ons and shipping.
Yep, that'd be what it would be.
What the hell
It's
else?
$5.50.
Excuse my French, but what else have they got for add-ons? A gold bar, $1,100.
Well, it's $550 for the base dragon. Then the breath is $150. The fire breath and the extra head is $150. The extra wings is $150, and then the other ones come with it. So
the wings is separate from the flame.
the extra wings,
head?
the open wings, comes
Oh.
with a big set of open wings that makes it over 4 foot wide.
I'm gonna say that head doesn't look like $150 worth of plastic.
Now it's a different head, not that one. It's a different head.
Yeah, I know.
And
but
the
still,
flame effect after it's added, it makes it over 6 foot long.
$1,100,
okay.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
$1,100.
The extra head has to be able to accommodate the flame because it comes
Yeah.
out of his mouth. So
Yeah,
No, okay, no.
so it's open.
yeah.
That's for them diehard collectors there.
But
Yeah,
why
but
would
I guarantee you, a lot of these, there's like some of the bigger toy photographers and creators and stuff like that. That's not collector. I don't know if there'd be that many collectors that
Yeah,
would
you
be
can see
willing
the
to
flame
shell out that.
effect there.
how many pictures would a photographer take for $750 or $1,100?
I don't know.
I mean,
man.
really?
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not all joking aside. I'm being positive, but I have to tell you, man, I was having a hard time at $750. $1,100 for a crowdsourced thing.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yep.
Do you get the rock that he's sitting on too for the $100?
You're going to get the display case for that.
Yeah, right.
$1,100 is a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tremendous amount of money to be hanging in limbo. But
Y'all saw it. That thing is massive.
it sure
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Just the base dragon is 4 foot long.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty dang
Oh
big.
no, it's beautiful. Shane's 100% right. It is an absolutely gorgeous piece of work. It really is.
Yeah.
And
And if you're a diehard collector, you'd go for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got.
And they're located in Little Falls, New Jersey, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. East Coast.
So is anywhere around there.
Mid coast. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful. I mean, more power to you. If you're in the group and you buy one of those, I hope you will.
You'll enjoy it.
Bring it by so we can see it when it's all done. You know, all add-ons get charged for shipping.
Wow.
Okay.
So you're probably looking at close to $1,300 in.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
More
I
power
mean,
to you.
I know one person that didn't go all in, and that's this guy.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't go in at all.
I didn't go in at all. No, I just couldn't do it. I could, even if I was a photographer, it'd be cheaper to Photoshop one of those in than buy one.
Right.
So I just, boy, $1,100. That's a lot of money. But you
I
know,
guess
I got stuff laying around here that's worth a lot more. It costs a lot more than $1,100. So, like I said, to each his own.
I guess it's good they charge us to look at it.
So
This thing right here is more than $1,100.
that cat is not more than $1,100.
Well, so far the amount you've spent, yes.
Nah.
None of us could have, man. None of us.
Yeah. Yeah, we're right there with you,
I
man.
like it.
So yeah, what do we got coming up for cons? Let's do the cons. Let's refresh everybody's memory on that. FarleyCon. This is going to be a great show.
It is.
This is going to be a great show. I mean, honestly, just about everybody that could be there is there. So whoever the promoter is of this thing, they really opened up the old pocketbook this time.
It did.
Because I mean, this is like Joe Fest level turnout here. I mean,
And they're still announcing guests too.
yeah. So
They've got more Transformer guests coming.
I have to be honest with you, though. I'm trying to figure out where all these people are going to be.
That's what I was thinking too.
That venue is small. And
If they put those bleachers up on the top,
yeah,
they could have all the guests up there. That'd be a lot more convenient.
would. It sure would.
Because we was there last year. You remember how too crowded over there? But you get these guys there, it's going to
There
be
was
crowded.
half of those guests were there last year.
Yeah.
And they took up half of the floor.
Mhm.
By the time they had those petition curtains up and everything else, and they had to leave room for lines and so on. And they took up at least a third of the showroom floor. So I don't know. I don't know if that venue is really large enough for all of these guests.
I bet they
And
do put them.
standing in line. You know what I'm saying?
I bet they do put them up there on that bleacher area, that
would
upper
be-
deck
that would be
bleacher
better.
area. They're going to have to because
That would be a
that's
great
where the only
idea.
place you can put them.
Yep, I agree.
But this is one a Joe collector should not miss because
No.
it is
No, that's right.
packed.
Look at this thing.
And let's face it, and it's not. I'm being deadly serious. At the rate we're losing our creators and our voice actors and everything else, anytime you get that large a number of them in one place, you ought to be making the effort to go, because that's not going to happen much longer. These lists are getting shorter all the time.
I mean,
So
just look at that lineup right there, man.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
amazing. I mean, that's one I do not want to miss. I'll be honest with you.
That'll be the weekend after Gadsden, isn't it?
I don't know.
Not
Is it
sure.
August
August 2nd and 3rd.
So that'll be the weekend, or 2 weekends after Gadsden.
2 weekends after, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of gas and con,
Gadsden.
There it
Gadsden. July 26th. Well, no, that's next weekend. That's the very next weekend.
Yeah, that
Yep.
is the next weekend after. Yep.
Mhm.
It is.
I was close. I think it was close. Should have another good turnout for it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have the whole building this time.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be awesome.
I don't
If
know.
they do it,
They're
if they do it like they
finished
did back in February, then we
Did
should.
Wolf
should
ever
have
come
really
up with a
good-
number on how many come through this last time, John?
What about 2,000?
It was over 2,000.
That's what I guarantee it was. It's pretty awesome.
It's
We're
nice.
only
to
been
take-
there. This will be the second year, third show.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean,
And they're keeping the
awesome.
admission the same price. That's the nice thing. about it.
That's the main thing.
And to tell you the truth, the way John was at it yesterday, he may very well have picked up a couple, 3 larger vendors
Oh yeah,
to be
the
there
one
next
guy
time.
from Chicago or from Illinois. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking to him.
So keep that in mind too. I don't know how successful they'll be because I don't know what what they had left for available tables.
Yeah,
But something to think
I
about.
know. I got him Destro's toy down there for the last show, so he's pretty good with Joe stuff.
He won't be back.
I've heard some bad things about him.
Really? He won't be back.
Really?
No, he will not be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Huh?
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, well,
That's
yeah,
odd.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
always
won't
thought
be
he was a pretty cool guy. But anyway,
Maybe he is, but he won't be back.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
April 25th, 27th. That's only 3 weeks away,
Yep.
give or
Yeah.
take, right? And this is the one where Captain Kirk is at, right?
Mm-hmm.
That-
Yes.
And that's still holding.
For now.
Which one? Captain Kirk. What do you mean?
William
Which one?
Shatner.
The Captain Kirk.
The only Captain Kirk.
There's actually
William
two.
Shatner.
There's more than 2, but it's Captain Kirk.
Well, there are 2 I know of.
Well,
Captain
The only-
Picard.
the only one that works is
And
William.
Mine?
I've never been to this one, so I don't know. But I've
Now
heard
this one is a little. This one's a little pricey at the door, correct?
I think it's
Yeah.
$30. I think
Something like
yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay.
We went 2 years ago. Me and Nancy took Marshall. That's where the dinosaurs started chasing him in the somebody's cosplayed as one of those blow up dinosaurs,
No,
Yeah.
jeez.
and he come in and started charging Marshall. And he's like, hold on, wait a minute.
Oh no! Oh jeez! I almost made a
Let's
mistake.
start that kid for life.
I just see the Von Braun Center, and I was about to make a Nazi joke, and I was going to get in trouble if I did it. I didn't do it. Interesting. This one I've tried all
Yeah,
the entry. This one's
I went-
interesting.
This is a
I
good
went
one
to
too.
that one. I went to the last one they did it, the Rocket City one.
Yeah,
And,
it's small.
Yeah,
but
it's small.
It's generally really good.
I think Kip, the one that sets up a mountaintop, he goes to that one.
Yeah, we usually
That's
have a lot of guys that come there for this one from our group.
Yeah.
Dan Strickland and Kip and all them come.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the admission on that's not that bad either.
No, it's same as GastingCon.
Okay.
$5 to get in, $10 for VIP.
Yeah. That's Joe
Joe
Fest,
Fest.
Augusta.
Boy, that ain't that far off, is it?
Mm-mm. There's a lot of them right in a row.
Yeah, you about have to pick and choose which one you want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is I really, really do enjoy Joe Fest because it's so Joe centric that there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff there. I mean, if you wanted to go scrounge for parts and like that, it's actually very good.
Yeah.
But it's a 5.5 hour trip. You really have to plan on hotel time. That's the drawback to Joe Fest. And
Plan a vacation.
if you're going for guests and you're going to talk to people and stuff,
It's a great place to go to.
I have to tell you, FarleyCon is going to be as good as,
Yes.
I mean, within a name or two, that anything's going to show up at Joe Fest. So
I think the only person at Joe Fest that isn't at FarleyCon is going to be Sergeant Slaughter.
yeah, I won't bother. I saw him yesterday. He wasn't very busy, and he wasn't very friendly. So I don't know, maybe the man was having a bad day. I don't know.
Possibly. Never know.
No, he did. What was it? Last year we went. No, it was 2 years ago we went to Joe Fest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did it be 2 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Chuck Norris showed up. Chuck
Yeah.
Norris showed up after we left, I think it was, but he showed up to get Sergeant Slaughter to put him in a Cobra clutch, I think.
He came in through the loading bay.
He did. Yeah.
Yep.
So you never know. You never know who might show up.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, he didn't go on the floor. They said that
No.
that newspaper article I read, he didn't go on the floor. He literally came in the loading docks of the building, and Sergeant Slaughter went to him, and they did whatever promotional stuff they were doing, and then he left. But by then, everybody in the building was talking about, "Hey, Chuck Norris is here," but he was already gone.
Yeah.
Delayed reaction.
So, and Joe Lanta at the new convention center where we just were, which I would be tempted. I would be tempted to get a hotel room next time, because you know what? The trip over there wasn't bad. The trip back with Atlanta traffic was a real hassle.
Yeah.
It really was. Geez, when I sat down and did the math on it, I was driving for 8 hours yesterday. And back in my younger day, that wasn't any big deal. But now it's kind of a big deal. I don't, to each your own, right? I mean, but I think about it because it's a very nice place. I don't doubt for a second the rooms are very nice too. So,
Yeah.
So, anyways. So, yeah, I mean, basically, what? July would be the quiet month, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if
Probably.
there is such a thing, if you were going to try to
I
hit
think
it.
Gassing's in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the end of the month, too. So,
Mhm.
Just in about that time where all of the Hasbro pre-orders will come raining down on us, right?
Yeah.
We will either be canceling them or buying lottery tickets, one or the other.
I gotta look too, because I done seen the what is it, the modular component with the Viper
Yep.
showing up on
Okay.
eBay, and they claim they're in hand, and this is like a seller from California and a couple other places, so those are probably about to ship anytime.
Well, I certainly hope not, because I won't be. They'll put the poo-poo to my account real quick if they try to charge me for them now after telling me it was going to be next fall.
Yeah. I just got a feeling they're fixing to start shipping. You better start checking your email.
I've seen an awful lot of those eBay listings that say in hand, but if you read the description, it ain't in hand. Because
They do
You
that.
never
Just click on it. It's like clickbait.
hey, speaking of in hand, and while we're on the subject of the shows, I want Emmett to show you his latest.
Creation.
Well, he's working on something. You guys all right with that?
Scoop.
Yeah.
He's got a table. Calm yourself there, Junior.
Scoop.
He's got a table this time, so he's working on different kinds of stands and stuff, and I'll tell you what else we're up to here in a minute. But I want you to see what
You know how you have these and you're not able to put pegs in their feet,
Yes.
so they don't really stand.
on
Well,
stands.
I was messing around with a 3D printable action figure I found, and I was looking around in files and I saw that there's a stand for it. But it's still like attaches into the figure. So the way it attaches is a ball joint. So I decided, since the way it goes in, I couldn't put it on one of these. I
Couldn't put it on one of mine, anyways.
Well, no, I probably couldn't put it on mine either. But I made it so it's a clip that goes around the figure. Doesn't damage the figure at all.
He's got some size adjustment. This is prototype stuff.
So the stand is like this, and the ball goes there. So you just, and there's,
Hold it up so they can see it. But
Very cool.
keep them standing somewhat,
it's a work in progress.
but it's just a better stand, I guess, to not destroy its feet.
So you won't be
work.
ruining your 3 3/4 O-ring figures.
Yeah.
And it is adjustable, so if you have like Raptor and you want him to be flying, you could do that.
Yeah, you could use them as flight stands too. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Or if you have someone with a jump, they could be doing that. So,
Pretty cool.
but it was originally for a figure I have upstairs.
It's a work in progress, but he wanted to show you guys that he's still
Very cool.
He's hard at work in R&D. So he will have a table there. If you guys would give me a minute, I'm not gonna give you the details because it's a long, gory story and no one cares. But he and I will be in the racket of producing classified scale vehicles soon, before the show in Gadsden. Just as an idea, we're talking about Whale, the Moray, APC. What else was there?
That right.
Snowcat. Night Raven. Yeah, the Tomahawk is, that one will be very exclusive to us because of the deal we made with the plans on that. A Tomahawk.
Flag.
Conquest. There are flag plans. There are modified flag plans for 1/18th scale. I have the plans to produce the unproduced 1/18th scale G.I. Joe train. Which
Pretty sure
we can put.
pictures
That's the
somewhere.
Tyco one. There's no pictures of that in there.
It's in
No, that's the Tyco one. Stop. A classified scale Sky Striker. There is a tank. There will be plans for a tank that
has top swappable.
right. It's like a skate. So your track and your belly is the skate, and then there is a M1 Abrams top. So basically a Mauler. There is a bridge layer top, and then there is a Slaughter's equalizer top. So that you can have 3 in 1 there. And if you're thinking it's like the ramen, it is, because the guy that designed all these STL files used to work for Hasbro and designed the Dragonfly. So we have the original. I have the plans to print the original Dragonfly before Hasbro made its modifications.
And no, you're not allowed to buy the plans.
There are plans for a Bell Super Cobra in classified scale. There are plans for
The Super 7 mothership.
the Super 7 mothership. There are plans for a modified 1/18th scale Terradrome, plus plans for a classified scale Terradrome.
That is modified.
So his table is going to be very interesting. There's going to be some really cool stuff to see.
Can I show that?
Can you show what?
The thing that was working on.
What?
This thing. This will be also on my team.
Yeah, you can show that. It's he's building a diorama that he's got to show you his diorama.
I'm pretty happy about it.
It looks
Okay, make it quick.
but it's you did.
All out.
So it's
Was he drunk?
You know what these are, gentlemen? You know what these are?
Depth charges for the whale.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So he was putzing around printing some of the smaller parts already. Keep that in mind that we're going to be in, I guess we're going to be in the business of producing some classified scale vehicles.
I am happy about getting these figures.
So, and Emmett's right. The plans are not for sale.
We're not allowed to.
Because of the agreements that have been made and everything else. You don't trade, you don't sell, you don't reproduce the plans. You can print and sell vehicles, but you cannot share the plans. So, don't ask because I can't. So that's that. So at this point in time, I am waiting for a much larger 3D printer, a multicolor printer to show up so that we can get going on those. So at Gadsden Con. So you'll get to see some cool stuff. Okay.
what we have done by then.
Well, hopefully we have a lot done by then, but we'll see. We don't have any idea how long it's going to take to produce some of these things.
There are definitely some things I can print.
The trench viper and the modular fortification post, right? So, anyways, that's that. I want to check the schedule. Thank you for giving us time on that, gentlemen. Toylanta. We kind of discussed it briefly. But let's do this first. That makes sense, Shane, right? Let's get through the WonderCon stuff.
Whatever.
These are apparently more of the 1/10 scale McFarlane statues that they released.
Wait a minute.
What's with the? Oh, that's his hand. I was going to say, what is hanging from his chin? And it's his other hand. He looked like he had a Cthulhu thing going on, like, doesn't he? I mean, it's
Davy Jones.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, what the heck? Crystal Ball Spider-Man, woo, coming soon. Yeah, I don't know. There's a ton of these coming out apparently. So, Mr. Todd is back in cahoots with Marvel. Go ahead, Shane.
I don't get the allure of statues, man. I mean, I just don't.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
I've seen one or two over the years that I wouldn't mind having, but it's pretty rare.
Oh, I mean, they're cool as can be, but
Yeah.
for me, it's just you just stand there and look at it.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't take it off your shelf and pose
Do
it,
it
hang it
other
from
than-
the wall, or I mean, it just I don't know. To each their own, I guess.
I think statues are okay, depending on what the character is and the pose that they put it in. I have a few statues, and I mean I really like them, because of what it is. Do I want a statue of like every character or whatever? No, not really. But
I mean, people.
yeah, I understand, Shane. You want to be able to pose it and take pictures or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, anybody can collect what they want. I just don't see the allure for it, man.
Right.
Yeah. You got some people that all they do is collect statues.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like I love the artwork of stuff.
Yeah.
My room's got artwork hanging all over it, but I like that. But some people don't.
Yeah.
Each their own.
Yeah.
some of us don't have wall space.
To me, the appeal of a statue is the fact that it don't have like joints and things that you can see like an action figure.
No, that is true.
They're already pre-posed, but that's the downside. You can't pose them any other way than the way they're posed.
You see it. It just sits there and looks at you.
Yeah.
Ominously.
But
These are.
are.
I got to give credit for these photos. These were all TNI that I got these photos from. So Toy News International, which seems to be they're a cool source for me. I use them quite a bit for information. So Red Label, New 52 Superman, which basically Red Label now means that they are rare, but it also signifies that it's the first time that particular version of the figure has ever been done. Not that particular version of the character has ever been done. Does that make sense?
Ooh, look at that zero and more Batman.
They're not repaints necessarily. Like the silver. Silver now is a repaint. Red means it's brand new, never been done before. So New 52 Superman, Mr. Miracle, which makes me very hopeful for Big Barter before this ends. JSA Sandman, another Asbat.
In zero and R paint.
And then and then
That's what it looks like.
a comic accurate Cyborg Superman, which is very cool. The other one was neat, but this is much better. If you ask me, this is much better. This is old Hank there in all of his metallic glory. So that one will be very popular.
The Cyborg Superman looks like he couldn't push himself away from the buffet.
Yeah, he's pretty thick, ain't he?
He's very pig thick.
That's a Superman right there. I mean, so yeah. Those are, as you can see, summer 2025, which means we still have about 1 year of McFarlane figures because Mattel doesn't take that over on January 1st, 2026. Their stuff is not scheduled to hit shelves until second half of next year. So McFarlane still has the license for a long time. That Sandman is pretty cool, isn't it? It's a good figure. And I just picked up that Target Wildcat for $12, so I'm into the JSA now. So
I almost thought that Sandman was a Rorschach.
you could make a Rorschach out of him if you had a different face. This one, Timothy will agree with me. This one is very confusing to me. They call this character Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
That's not Mr. Bones. That's Dr. Death. I don't know. I don't know why they're calling that Mr. Bones, but they are. So another Superboy, and this first appearance, Wonder Woman, is interesting because it'll go great with the first appearance Superman, the 27 Batman, Detective 27 Batman. That would be an interesting. That Wonder Woman will probably be just as hard to come up with as the other ones were. But very cool. And if you wanted to throw her Batman and like even that first appearance Superman or even that Fleischer Superman, you could have a really cool Justice Society.
Yeah.
So again, summer 2025. No word on when the pre-orders go up.
Probably next week.
He's all look like
well, you know what?
too, so.
You say that, but he literally just dropped 7 pre-orders in the last 7 days.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. And there were actually more the week before. So we're at like almost, well, it was either 9 or 10 figures in the last 2 weeks that he dropped. This is more of the 1/10. These are 1/6 scale PVC statues.
Yeah, they're the small ones.
No, these are larger.
No. They're the
Yeah.
smaller.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
We're gonna have to have a discussion about ratios here one of these days because
Basically they're a foot tall, 12 inches.
yes, thank you.
No, they're 6 inches tall.
No.
If it's 1/6.
No.
Okay, Emmett, what is G.I. Joe classified as?
You don't know.
1/6.
No.
No,
1/12.
112.
Then why, when I look up 1/6 scale vehicles, I get classified GI Joe vehicles?
You don't.
Because
Yes,
they're
I
idiots.
do.
Well, because the other people on the internet don't know anything about ratios either.
That makes 2 of
Okay,
us.
enough. So yes, these are larger statues.
No, they're small.
You're gonna.
So the Iron Man is a
Not
red
Emmett.
label?
Good night, Emmett. That's right. That's a red label. Yeah. I guess he's doing that with the statues now too. I
That
can't make
Punisher
that up. Can you read that? Iron Man number
That
what?
Punisher looks pretty cool.
K58 maybe M258.
I think that's their own production numbers. I don't know if that has anything.
That looks
to
like
do.
the Neo armor Iron Man.
Okay, there you go.
Spider-Punk. Looks like Spider-Punk.
Venom. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty big. Pretty big.
Well, they small.
This boy, I'm telling you right now. More DC stuff. Jade. Batman 1 million, which not only went up for pre-order yesterday, but has also shown up in Walmarts, including the one over here in Pell City. On the same day they went up for pre-order, which is very odd.
Wow.
A classic Bizarro. Cowboy Batman, Eradicator from the same. We saw that Superboy earlier, and that Cyborg Superman. These are all from the Return of Superman.
Reign of Superman.
Yeah, same storyline. That Green Lantern in armor, that was from that same storyline before he became Parallax, which was
The Green Lantern looks like Radioactive Man.
what's that?
So that Green Lantern looks like a Radioactive Man.
Yeah, armor. Got Steel's hammer. Yeah,
But basically, it's a repaint of Steel, right? Maybe a new head on it.
Yeah, definitely a new head. No, at this point in time, no doubt, that would be a good guess, John. It's probably Steel. I'd have to go look at my Steel to figure it out. But if you read that storyline, a lot of that would make sense.
Who's that in the middle? Bat Hex?
Yes, it's Cowboy Batman. It was from a Elseworld story.
Like Jonah Hex is Batman.
Yeah. Jonah Hex was in that storyline, so it was kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, those Batman 1 million definitely went up for pre-order yesterday. And again, like I said, they're already in stores, which was very strange. But, yep. And another wave of superpowers, Animal Cyborg, Deadman, and a
Nightwing.
Yeah,
Another Nightwing.
A first appearance Nightwing,
Yeah.
1980s, 84 or whatever the heck it was. That definitely looks like a superpower cyborg, so that's kind of cool.
Trying to figure out, I already got 2 Nightwings.
And Hot Girl, a new Guy Gardner, which is Red Lantern Guy Gardner. That Mr. Terrific is based on a kid's cartoon that I never even saw. And that multi-headed Superman is Golden Age stuff. And those of you that have been in DC for any period of time will remember having seen that cover for the last 60 years because it was very, very famous cover.
They did a DC Direct with the same exact heads. The lion head and then the brainy head, I guess.
The brainy head, yep. That was it was very famous Golden Age cover. It was kind of like multiverse stuff where there was all these alternate Supermen. It's kind of cool.
Hot Girl looks pretty neat.
Hot Girl looks very good.
Surprised they didn't make her red label. Well, that's the first time they've done her, right?
I guarantee you she's going to have a platinum, and it's going to be probably more classic, and it'll be the next Wonder Woman. That one will be hard, but there's nothing been said yet. So, and then No Man's Land Batman. Spoiler. Robin, basically.
You said spoiler. I covered my ears, so
yeah, there you go. Monarch. And if we get Monarch, I think it's a safe bet we're going to get Hawk and Dove before he's done. And then of course Bronze Age Nightwing again, which is not bad. We had the The Nightfall one is actually a very good figure. I don't know why we're getting another one. I don't know as we need this one, but just in case you missed it the first time, I guess. There you go. So a lot of stuff. This is the Super Friends line, which Mattel did. Remember, Mattel did the exact same thing at the end. They made a couple of waves of the Super Friends figures back to 6-inch, which are kind of interesting, I guess. We saw some of the originals yesterday. Remember, John? The Mattel ones. So, and they look so much alike. I tell you, it'd be hard pressed to see the difference between the two, actually. And then another wave of 1/10 scale statues from Marvel, which is a lot of product for just statues. He's all in on them. So, and I don't know if that's an attempt to, I don't know, schmooze Disney or what the heck is going on, but that's a lot of product. So
it is.
So I don't know. These, I have no idea what scale they are.
McFarlane dipping into the turtles.
Yeah,
Dang, everybody's doing turtles.
yeah. Well, here, this is the thing. They didn't have anything to show there. These, apparently, from what was said, these photographs were not supposed to get out into the public because photography of this particular part was forbidden. So I guess some of the speculation is he has the license, but it hasn't actually been like fully announced or fully spelled out as to what he's got and what he doesn't. So other companies that also have the license are kind of like not supposed to have seen this, or I don't know. It's kind of weird toy business stuff, you know.
Spoiler alert.
I'm going to keep my loyal subjects turtles because I like them very much. These are neat, but can you zoom in on them enough to see the texture on their skin? Can you see it? I guess you can kind of see it. Their skin is very textured, and I don't know about that.
Rough.
It is rough. It's like scaly. I don't know about that. Turtles don't have scales. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Their fists are just
huge.
Humongous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy to me.
So I think other than my Last Ronin stuff, I won't be dipping my toes into the McFarlane turtles. The loyal subjects are just great, if you ask me. So
I'm about done with I'm done with what my turtles up. The ones I've got are done with that. So
I'll still. I mean, if they do anything Last Ronin, I will definitely still be doing those. But that's NECA. I don't think Todd will be getting any turtle money out of me.
So many people has a piece of the license for turtles. It's unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Yep. So
I think NECA has probably done the best, the best job on the, articulation and the design.
They have.
Loyal subjects are pretty good.
The loyal subjects are great little figures.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah.
Timothy believes they're 5-inch figures.
Yeah. And that'd be about right. So
yeah, they look about something like that.
But the size of the Playmates ones are,
Yes, this is the one. These are the ones that came up on that search from last year. Shane, don't bother with these Marvel ones.
Okay.
Scrap them. I don't know why you do a search on WonderCon 2025 and they give you listings for 2024. And I don't do Marvel, so I didn't know the difference until John pointed it out. So, I got some stuff to show you. What are you doing, John? You got anything you want to talk about before we get into this other stuff?
No, I don't guess. I mean,
let's show your progress here.
Okay, that's my progress.
That's my progress. There you go. There's my progress.
That's it. Good night, folks.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. So I can actually see the floor, and I got some walkway there now, so that's good. like I said, I've got some shelves up. I got 2 more sets to put together. And so, yeah, I mean, I actually got room to walk. That one corner I had to do a lot of work in. It's the whole corner. It got the roof leaked apparently, and it got wet, got termites in it, and it's just. I mean, really, I needed to tear out that whole corner and put in new 2x4s and everything, but I just basically covered up because I'm gonna put shelves up in there anyway. So I just basically covered that corner up with what I could to keep it. Siliconed it real good.
So if he has any wooden action figures, they're gonna get eaten.
Yeah. Now the termites are gone. We got rid of them. We got rid of them over a year ago, but I didn't realize they'd done that much damage inside the wall. They got into. We had some boxes of some of those big cabinets, like I had there, that big one in that other picture. My uncle actually stored about 5 of those still in the box down here, and I went to move one of the boxes and noticed it was awful light, and it was eat up with termites. They eat up about 2 or 3 of those. That's that big shelf right in the middle there, you see. And so we sprayed good and got rid of them, but I think it leaked too, and that moisture is probably what brought the termites in, and because it was everything we'd store out there in that side part would get mold on it after a while. And so I ended up having to put a dehumidifier out there, and I finally got it dry and got the mold going. There's still one spot I got to spray and get rid of. But anyway, like I said, you can actually see, you can walk through the middle of the room now. It's not, of course, I piled a lot of other stuff in the other part, but all that stuff there in the middle and the floor is my Marvel Legends and my Masters Universe Classics that I'm working on getting on those shelves. So all that'll be up out of the floor once I put up those other 2 shelves and get them all put up, stuck up there. And just, man, I had a lot more Marvel Legends than what I realized. I mean, they've really turned out some Marvel Legends. There's the doorway I cut in going into the other part. So that door on the left there is now boarded up from the outside. So I'm going to stick one of those other big cabinets in front of it. Actually, I done that after I took the pictures. It's over there now. So yeah, I got the doorway cut. I got to put the frame around the doorway, but that'll be a later on project. Right now, I'm trying to get everything organized and straightened out, and then I'll worry about the door frame on that door later. But so yeah, I just got a lot of stuff stuck on them shelves right now until I can get them. I didn't realize I had so many retro carded Marvel Legends, and that's what a lot of that is on the shelf that I just haven't opened yet. But anyway, as you can see, it's not piled high with junk all through there with a little trail through there like it was. So I'm making some progress, and so I'm gonna have all my Masters Universe Classics on the left side, and on the right side will be the Marvel Legends, and then I'll come on down that wall with my Master Universe Origins and what few Masterverse I got. I don't have many Masterverse. I just buy the ones I really like on those. So I also plan on probably putting my Mythic Legions on one shelf, and in that corner where that door was, I'm gonna probably have all my Star Trek from all my Playmate Star Treks on them shelves down there and wrap it around. So, but yeah.
Yep.
The Maddox Museum of Toys.
There you go.
That's what we like to call it.
I went a little bigger on the doorway, but I just went ahead and cut out that whole section between the two 2x4s and cut out the one in the middle. So kind of worked well. I was going to go right up in the corner with the doorway, but then I got to looking. If I cut that section out, it would be just one piece of OSB board instead of a half of one and a half of another. And it also gives me room to put some shelves in that corner too. So, but yeah, that's my progress.
Very good.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
As far as the one thing I got through the mail I guess it was this past week, or was in the last week one. I'd actually found I used to have one of these, It's an eraser, and the backpack's also an eraser. But I found this one. The bubbles starting to come loose there on the corner a little bit, but I actually had this very one, the Max Ray, because green was my favorite color. So Max Ray was the Centurion I bought when I was a kid, and so I got the eraser to go with it.
Nice.
But I found this pretty cheap on eBay, and I thought, oh wow, that's pretty cool. It's one one that I actually had when I was a kid, so I picked it up and got it. It come in the mail here. I think it was the first of the week. I can't remember now. But pickups at Toylanta didn't come out too bad on it. I do with that one. Well, I'm missing one thing. Oh, here it is. I picked this up, and I didn't even realize they'd made this set. These the Jada Nana figures. Nano
figures. Yeah.
But it's a G.I. Joe set, and pretty cool. There shows on the back all the different characters. And I actually have, because Jada done these display cases that you could either set on a table because it had a part that would come out flat, or you could turn it the other way and hang it on the wall and it lights up. And I've actually got one new in the box. I got it on clearance at Walmart for like $5, and I bought it. I actually bought two of them. They had two of them on clearance, and I opened one and I hung one up, and I had like some of these Marvel figures, and a few DC figures that I had on that one. And so I'm gonna get the other one out if I can remember where I stored it at. Dig it out and open it up, and I'm gonna put the G.I. Joes on it and display it. But I thought that was pretty neat. I got that. The guy wanted 25 for it, but I said, "Will you take 20?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll take 20." So I got it for $20. So not too bad. I got a whole stack of Gadsden Collector Con pamphlets. So if anybody wants one, I got a whole stack of those while I was there from Wolf and Derek. Actually, Derek's the one that gave me the
He probably gave them to John to hand out, and John forgot to hand them out.
Now I give out, like I said, I give some to some vendors and all. Like I said, maybe they'll come set up, but I don't really do much on the black figures. I just got some of the core characters, but I needed an R2D2, and I found this one for the bubble's a little coming loose on it, but I'm gonna open it anyway. So got it real cheap. Actually, I got it from the same place that Philip got the tricycle, the Dreadnought tricycle, and he had it marked $30. But I said, "Will you take 25 for it?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll do 25 on it." So I got it, not bad. And it's the one that's got all the little attachments, the periscope and all that to go with.
That was nice. That was a nice guy. That guy that had that booth.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was a nice guy.
And then actually Philip found them, pointed them out to me in a box. This one guy had.
I kept pulling him out. He's like, "Stop!"
That's the brand new O-ring cover girl. He had it marked $8. Well, I already got one, but I thought, well, I wouldn't mind having one to open, to take out, because the other one I was going to keep it sealed. This one's
You
even
can now purchase at Wolf Den Collectibles.
So he got it. He got it for $8. Do what now?
I said that you can now purchase at Wolf Collectibles.
Oh, did he get them in at Wolf Den?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know he got any in. He must have just
He's got
got them.
the Fatal Furries and Serpentor, and all of them. Yeah.
Oh, I got to go get me a Serpentor. But he had I did this one. Like I said, all the ones of these I picked up so far, except for two, I've got it at like discounted prices. But he had this one for $5.
Now, is that O-ring?
No, this is the other.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah, she's the only O-ring.
Okay, cool.
Reaction
he had, the Cobra Mortal for $8, and then he had the Tiger Force Scarlet for $5, which was $26. But he took 25 for all four of them.
Yep.
And I mean, one of these is $20. So
Right. It was a good deal.
So yeah, I was glad. I was tickled with that. So I got a few more that I don't have those. I mean, it's G.I. Joe, so and then I done good. That was all I spent until I got ready to leave, and I stopped at Second Chance booth, and I ended up picking up the last two I needed, so Master Universe Classics redid all the characters that were from the vintage toy line, even the like the what do you call them? the Stone Dar, Rock On, all of them. They ended up doing them all in the classics. I did miss a couple, and I missed Zodak, so I picked Zodak up. I got Zodak from that DC 2-pack they did with Green Lantern and Zodak, but he's got gloves on. The vintage figure didn't have gloves, so this is more like the vintage one. So I picked him up, and the other one that I was needing to complete the original set was the action figure version of King Randar. Now I got the one that they did later, where he was the cartoon, where he had the blue coat on and all that. But this was based off the old action figure. So those two finished me up. I have all the characters from the old in the classics line, and then I couldn't pass up because I had I also picked up Hawk, Stratos' sister, and I didn't realize. So
yeah, it's his sister, sure.
Later on, I'm gonna have to get another, because I got to looking at the other head, and it's got blonde hair where she got red, and I got to reading the card, and this head is for Delora, his wife. So you can either have his sister or his wife, but if you get two of them, then you can have one of each.
No. So you're saying that his wife and his sister are identical except for their heads.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much
weird. There's some psychological stuff going on there.
This took a really, really dark turn.
That's some Freudian stuff going on there,
One's
man.
blonde
You
and
sure one of
one's
them is his
redheaded.
mother? I mean, give me a break, man. That's
Well, they all dress the same.
yeah.
So
Like Orko's sister, right? Sure.
Right, yeah.
Was she the only female Stratos person?
y'all is.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey, what's happening, Jess?
Oh, okay.
It was great meeting you two. We had a lot of fun.
I think Jess picked up a mad ball while she was there.
Did she?
I think she said she did.
Yeah, nice.
I believe she said she picked up a maybe she'll post it in the group where we can see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey,
what's happening, John?
Just another thing before I forget, or before we
man.
forget.
She did.
If you don't get, I thought she did. If you didn't get the first book, they still got a few available. The second one is now up for order. The third one he put on hold because he had to stop because he's working on this,
and that is awesome.
Which is going to be a complete G.I. Joe guide. This will replace the Mark Bello book that everybody's,
which is outrageously ridiculous price.
We saw one third edition at the show for $160.
Yeah, and I missed the third edition. I didn't even know the third edition. I got the first and second editions, but I didn't know they'd done a third edition until about a year ago when I saw it on eBay for like $150. All three volumes are like $150. I mean, all three editions. So, but mine probably wouldn't bring that because it's well worn, both of them.
Yeah, go support the Kickstarter. Give Wayne some love there because that's going to be an awesome book.
Yeah. So this is good. And like I said, if you didn't get it says they still have a limited quantity of the first book. And then the second one is now up for pre-order. It's got Mass, Superpowers, Brave Star, and looks like Star Trek, and I think that may be Dune, the Dune toys. I can't tell.
Probably, yeah.
He did say the third book is put on hold for right now, and because they're working on this. But
and
you
that's
can see
on
there,
Kickstarter now. So
yeah, you can see there it have the vehicles, all the pieces, and all laid out where you can see them
it's
real well.
a great book.
So it's gonna be an awesome book.
And there's only a couple of weeks left on that Kickstarter, so get right over there.
Yeah, on this, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Hey, hold that back up the screen, John. It's got a QR code there at the bottom.
Yep.
To give you a chance to scan that QR code and go back it up.
There you go. Yeah, go back that. I'm dead serious, guys. That is
it does fantastic work.
Book. It's a great book. Wayne's been on this show with us multiple times. He does those
He also
posters,
does
retro Toy Quest stuff. Awesome.
The posters of the prints, they're fantastic.
And we'll talk about this in a minute, but he's been working with Carson Metaxas from 3D Joe's on all of those photo archives. So this isn't fly by night stuff. It's Wayne and it's Carson, and those books are awesome. So you know what, you will not regret owning it. I'm telling you right now. It's huge.
That's why he had to put the volume 3 on hold.
Yep.
Because the guy from 3D Joe's was offering to help him out with this right now while he had had all the photos and stuff. So
awesome stuff.
And from what I could tell, he's gonna have inside this is gonna have a lot of the variations like Zap's bazooka, the 2-handled versus the 1-handled. It's gonna have like the blowtorch where he's got the holes in the helmet and the ones without the holes, and he's gonna have all the variation type things in there too. And I don't know. I've yet to see a guidebook that, or even on like yojo.com, they have a lot of variations, but I've yet to find any guide that has every single one of them, because when you really get to digging, there's so many variations.
Oh yeah.
It's like the old, the vintage Star Wars. There's, oh good Lord, you had variations just from being produced in different facilities. Hong Kong compared to China, the paint apps were a little different. So there's so many different variations on those figures. It's unreal.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, go support that, guys. I mean, seriously, go do that in the next couple of days, because don't let it get away from you. Once it's closed, it's closed. So go. If you ever had to put something on a credit card and pay installments on it or whatever, that would be one of those things. You would not ever regret owning that book if you're a Joe collector. Based on what we saw, don't pass on that one.
And if you got the first volume of this, that gives you an idea. And I think me and Philip both has a copy of that. I don't know. Did y'all get a copy? Dave or Shane, y'all get a copy of the first?
I didn't know, because I just Joe's are about it for me from the 80s, so it just wasn't,
Yeah.
So, but if you've got this first volume, that's basically what it's going to be like, but it's going to be G.I. Joe instead of these other ones. Because these, and what I liked about it is like it don't just show the action figures; it showed like VHS artwork on the VHS tapes that come out, or the DVDs, or even music CDs, soundtracks, and other things that related to it, lunch boxes and things like that. There were pictures of it, on there.
He kind of covered all the different things that went with that show, the toy line, that whole,
It's an awesome book. And all the, I can pretty much guarantee you that. I think actually it says pre-order now, but I think people are already getting these.
They might be. I don't know.
I think he's already got them done.
Maybe.
We don't know.
But that's great. That's great. But yeah, I can't wait for this one. This is going to be really great. And this when it's all said and done, and we get to where we're too old to really, pose our toys or play with them, and we end up boxing them up or selling them or whatever we do with them, we'll still have these books that we can sit around and look through, after we're, providing we still got our eyesight ain't going. So
what's going on?
What's up, Andrew?
If not, maybe they'll make one in Braille where we can still at least,
These, you call me crazy, but I'm telling you right now, this is more. We've had this discussion 100 times on this show. This legacy stuff, I'm telling you, man, books are going to be important someday. They really are. And
physical media.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, these books are going to be a big deal to you someday if you get them. I really firmly believe that it's going to be great stuff.
Don't put all your stock in digital media.
Nah, unless you have to. But we have options.
Yeah,
people are producing some awesome stuff right now. And you really. This is going to sound strange, but at this point in time, if you had to stop buying toys for a week or two or even a month, buy one of these books, I'm telling you, you should be buying the book.
Yeah.
Because the toys you can get later, but the books, man, I'm telling you. And let's do that. Let's get right into this book thing. Why don't we do that? A while back, 2 years ago, actually, we had the After Action guys on. Remember? We did an interview with them. And this first volume of Command Files was supposed to be out a long time ago. But there was mess after mess and delay after delay. And finally, volume 1 is out. Volume 2 will go up on Kickstarter during Joe Fest. So not that far away. And there will be 3 volumes of this. But I'll show you this. I'd show you this briefly because I really want to get to the other book. But this is a fantastic book because it breaks all the characters down by all of their appearances. It breaks down the command structure of G.I. Joe. It breaks down who's on what team. I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but there's Alpha through Sierra in teams. And based on specialty and everything else, and then there's Ops Center and everything else. He gives you the evolution of the file cards, and then it goes into the actual characters and MOSs and appearances and specialty abbreviations and a code system under each character, 1 through 7. 7 being like tops in that particular specialty. Gives you an idea. Starts with Mr. Colton, and then it goes into General Hawk. Then it breaks down all of the teams as far as where they're located globally, and it's just like. And then this is Alpha Team. First member of Alpha Team is Breaker. You can see it gives the movie iterations. It gives all of the cartoon and comic appearances. Gives you everything that can be said about these characters in each individual page. Give you an idea. I'll show you the Duke spread. And then see that Duke spread? From comic appearances, right? Cartoon appearances, all of the different comic iterations, right through to the movie. And here's your codes as far as specialties go. This is actually an amazing book. So again, there'll be three volumes of that. That's Scarlet. Gives you an idea what they did with Scarlet. See it? Awesome book. After Action Report, you can go check them out online. And they have guides just like that. There's 3 of them for all of the different comic book series too. So think about supporting that too. Now, you guys all know, if you collect G.I. Joe, you know 3D Joes, right? We all go to 3D Joes. All look at 3D Joes because the online database is just absolutely fantastic, right? So we're just wandering around Toylanta, and Carson Metaxas is there. He's the founder and operator of 3D Joes. He's got this box, right? It's like, what the heck's in the box? Let me find out what's in the box. Right? You see this? All of these different creators, Mr. Hama, Ron Rudet, all of them, in action figure form, right? In this box. What comes in this box? What comes in this box is this 21-pound book. And I'm not kidding. It's 21 pounds. It's the Art of G.I. Joe Omnibus. Give you an idea. This thing is absolutely amazing.
21 pounds of awesomeness.
This thing is amazing. Look at this. These pictures here of all of these kids in the 80s with their Joe stuff.
That just might be one of you out there.
Look at that. Right. And then it gets into, and I'm going to be random, okay? It gets into, let's see if I can do this. All of this Joe artwork, and this book is loaded with these foldouts. Right? I don't know how many foldouts are in this book. Let's just get. This is how it's broken down. This is how the characters are broken down, and all of the variants are in here too. But at the bottom of the page, you get your file cards. Right? And this isn't like a price guide or anything like that. It's showing you the artwork of G.I. Joe and all the work that went into all of these different things. Cartoon artwork. I'll show you that one. I'm telling you, it's no joke. This book weighs 21 pounds.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I can carry it.
Guys recognize that? You cartoon guys recognize that piece of work? Yeah, I know. I made Phil carry it back to the truck for me. I did because it was a long work for.
I didn't want him to throw his leg out.
That's right. Look at this.
It's awesome.
It's just, I mean, and there's this one, the vehicles. This is just, I mean, there's a, look at the close-ups of the card art. I mean, so I'm going to show you one last page in the book, and then I'll show you some of the other stuff. So
that's like the ultimate Joe book, to have.
Let me see. This is just where the bookmark happens to be, but it's just I mean, awesome stuff. It's just absolutely amazing. And like I said, there's foldouts all through this book. And no joke, here's your cover. Here's your spine, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. Here's your back. Now, this is the dust cover. Right? Basically the same thing as the book, right? But even the dust cover is two-sided. Right? Now, I'm not picking the book up again. Because we bought it at the show. And I'm guessing there was 8,400 of these books made. That's it. There'll never be any more. Yes, it is the Art of the G.I. Joe book. It's the omnibus from 3D Joe's. There's 700 of these books left out of 8,400. So I'm guessing he might be at Joe Fest or Toylanta. I'm not sure. I know you can order these online still, but some of this I'm not sure if you'll get or not. So I don't know. But this is two groupings of prints, artwork prints. One side of this book is backer's choice because this was originally a crowd-funded project. So you get prints like that. Right? All this original artwork. Can you see this stuff? Card art. These are apparently the what the backers wanted for prints. Oh, there was two there. It's probably the best one in the world is stuck, and I can't get it out to show it to you. Baroness. Oh, Jon,
Baroness.
definitely the right one.
Yep.
Look at this. The whale. Look at that, man.
Yeah,
All of this artwork that was so amazing, and I mean, was such a huge part of this line. Storm Shadow. The art was such a huge part of G.I. Joe back in the day. Look at that V2.
Snake Eyes. Yep.
Viper.
I think we liked the packaging on toys back then a lot more than just the toy itself.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why an awful lot of this packaging for Joe specifically still exists. A lot of it didn't get thrown away. This is editor's choice. All of these prints were what the editors decided to throw in as some type of.
So they're not as good as the fan ones, right?
I mean,
Pretty
just
good.
absolute scrap iron.
And like I said,
Yeah.
even as a child, the artwork is what enticed you to buy the toys.
It is.
Big time. Look at that.
Defiant.
The Buzzball, Croc, the Mamba, the Defiant.
If you think what did most kids, from my experience and seeing what people posted about their childhood and all, they would get something like that water moccasin that showed Cobra Commander on the side, and they would try to buy those figures and set them up like that artwork on the box.
Heck, I still do.
Yeah. But I mean, it was really a really smart move on Hasbro's part to do that, because
They either set it up like the art on the box, or they did it from the comics.
yeah.
Look at this stuff. I mean, it's just now that this is the unproduced. What did they call it? It's the unproduced C set that never got made. But the artwork was done for it. And again, that's in this. All of those prints are in this particular binder, which is, I mean, geez, look at the artwork on the binder. The binder is a piece of art,
The whole
And
box.
it does fit inside that case as well with the book.
This box, yeah, this is the box that holds that book. Like I said, your box. This is, I mean, look at the detail. Like I said, look at the names: Ron Rudat, Larry Hama. I mean, look at this. This is amazing.
Yeah, but that'll hold the book and the folder with the prints in it.
Yeah.
And it has a magnetic. It has a magnetic flap that holds
a magnetic flap on it.
Yeah, I looked it up, and every one of them comes with those prints.
Good. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
This I know was sadly, or good, whichever way you want to look. This is 4 Blu-ray discs with 10 hours of interviews and the making of this omnibus and all kinds of other information and more artwork and everything else. He threw these in specifically for people that bought them at the show. So if you wanted to make contact with him, and maybe I'll do that. Let me touch base with him and see what shows he's going to be at. Now, here's the rub, guys, and I'm not bragging. Trust me, I'm not. Here's the rub. This book set was $150. John's seen it. I have to tell you, it's worth every stinking penny of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is archival quality stuff. There is stuff in here that you will never, ever, ever find anyplace else, ever. Let alone having it in a hardbound, physical media that, you can have forever if you take care of this.
It's the size of a coffee table book. I mean, that's.
Oh, yeah. No, this thing is immense. And it's no joke. The book is 21 pounds. It's no joke. These are not flimsy newsstand paper. Everything's glossy. Everything's heavy. Everything's credited. It's just absolutely, it's just right. Right from the get-go, you open this sucker up and it's just like, it starts from the pictures of the kids. Dude, I'm selling this better than he does, to be perfectly honest with you. Right? 1982.
You want to get a commission?
We're what, 5 pages in? 1982. Look at this. It's punching you right in the eye, right from page 1, and it doesn't stop. It's just fantastic. It's just. I know I probably sounds like a pitch, but I'm telling you right now, this right here was probably in the top 5 of best money spent. I mean, seriously, this is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I can't, as a Joe collector, as a Joe fan, as somebody that likes art, as a comic book reader, there is just you need to figure out a way to get one of these in your hands because it's awesome. It's just awesome. The trip over there, just this alone made that trip. No doubt. I mean, it was worth it just to do that. And I will be, it's going to sound foolish, but I will be taking this places with me and I will be getting more signatures in this book because this deserves to be live signed by
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
so many of these creators that are
You're more
still,
motivated than I am to carry around that big old thing.
well,
Better get you a wagon, Dave.
I
I
say,
was gonna say, he's gonna need a little cart to pull.
I say me, it's going to be Emmett, but no, and
You'll
I
never be able
know,
to keep up with him.
Sadly, the artist, this Hector Garriado, that did an awful lot of the card art over the years, he's long since passed. He passed away years and years and years ago, which, happens. That's the way it goes, right? But, I mean, Ron Rudat and, Larry Hama, a lot of these other guys that are still around.
So we can look forward to seeing that at FarleyCon.
This is going to FarleyCon. This book will be with me at FarleyCon. Yeah, because there's an awful lot of signatures that are going to get added to this. This is just I haven't even come close to seeing everything in this book, and I'm blown away by it already. It's just comic book covers, promotional posters, the box art for the vehicles, the backstory, the children's books, the records, the tapes, I'm telling you, it's just absolutely amazing piece of work. I don't know how many hundreds of hours had to have gone into this. This is just, you got to get one. I'm serious. You have, if you're a Joe collector, you have to have this, and you won't regret owning it. I guarantee you of that. You will not ever regret owning that book.
I don't know if you pointed out, Dave, but the DVD set or the Blu-ray set looks like the little 3-figure belt pack.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's even got it up here and got the hinges on the back.
It does. Look at that. Mine's still in the plastic, so I have to be honest with you, I didn't even notice.
This is the people on the interview right here that's on the disc.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched any of them yet, but I opened it up and looked at it.
Look at that.
And there's so you got this
and
is
these are
early,
Blu-rays.
This is early 1980s, late 1980s, early 90s, and then this is 1982 to 1984.
Yeah, I think Nancy said she was looking forward to watching those.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
even got the artwork on the disc. So
it's just.
And I don't know if you can. I don't know if they even sell this by itself. This was because we got the book at the show. We got this.
Yeah, I didn't. Everything I looked up didn't show that at all.
No. He said these were specifically for the show. So yeah.
And they are Blu-ray.
They're Blu-ray. They're not DVD. They're not gonna disc rot like everything else we got going on here. Those will be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Archival stuff, right? It's legacy stuff. You just can't. This thing is absolutely amazing. When I saw it for the first time, I remember seeing it advertised in the crowdfund, the Kickstarter campaign, and I remember looking at it, going, "Boy, that's really awesome!" And every time I went on to 3D Joe's, it was there, but it was always, in progress, someday, blah blah blah, and now they're here, and they're absolutely amazing piece of work. I cannot say enough about that. It's just amazing. And I have a lot of the stuff that's in this book and I'm more fascinated with the book than I am with the stuff. It's kind of crazy, but it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Again, guys, I know it's a lot of money. It really is a lot of money, but
It's worth it. I mean, seriously, it's worth it.
I strongly encourage you, if you can, and you're a Joe guy, if you can, get one before they're gone. You will not regret it. You just won't regret it. So,
Hey, Shane, I got a couple.
Go ahead.
Hey, Shane, I got a couple things that I can share right quick.
Yep. Go ahead.
Anybody's interested.
Quick, hurry up.
All right, here it is. That's a 82 Mobat.
Yeah.
It's real clean. It's even got the battery cover. Treads are nice. And then I picked up a vintage Reese Star Wars. It was the only Star Wars figure I picked up at the show. So
Nice.
and then of course there's the Dreadnought cycle. So you can put Reese on the
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. So anyway, that's the only few things that I picked up at the show.
Yeah, that was a great haul.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah, I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Trying to do the 82 line, so the Mobat was a nice pickup, and it was a good price too. I think it was like $40.
Yeah.
So and it's clean and everything. So
That was a very good price for that.
yeah, I thought so. That
Yep.
was.
Does it run?
I have not tested it out yet. I can't.
That's
Do
the
y'all
true
know
test.
right off the top of your heads, is it C batteries or D batteries?
I think it's D batteries.
I think it's D, yeah.
I think it's 4 D batteries.
No Ds.
No, it's actually 2. It's just 2.
What was it, 2?
I think
I
it's
think
just
so.
2.
Well,
Yeah.
let me look at. Well, here. Let me look right quick.
Yeah, I think it's 2D batteries.
It's 2
Maybe.
Ds.
Okay, here you go.
It's not 3D, it's 2D.
That's right.
2 looks like 2 Ds to me.
Yeah, 2 Ds.
Okay. Yeah.
2 Ds.
And Dave pointed out that the turret, the top turret, slides back and forth to make it go forwards and
Mhm.
backwards. And I did
And
not know
also-
that.
You turn it right or left.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm happy with it.
One last thing.
It's a cool piece.
One last thing. I don't do Legos, but I did do this Lego.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't it cool?
Yep.
I mean,
You ain't
this-
put it together yet?
you know what?
Come on, Dave.
No, we have my youngest daughter had to go spend
yeah.
some time in
Never mind.
Plano, Texas, and I bought it after she left. So I'm going to hang on to it for when she gets home, and then her and I will sit down and put together a T-Rex. How's that? This sucker's got 3,000 something pieces, and it was.
It's pretty much a UCS.
It really is a UCS. That's 3,145 pieces.
Yeah.
And if you look, that's actually how big it is compared to the minifigures. This thing is 41 inches long when it's done. It still seals, and it's just waiting for my kid to get back from Texas. So that's what we're going to do. But that was no, that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, books, guys, books, comics. Like it's we're really. I'm serious. I'm deadly serious, guys. We're rapidly coming up on a lot of this stuff is going to be legacy stuff soon. And John's right. You know what? Someday we're going to be able to just sit and thumb through these books and stuff, and that's going to be a pretty big deal. Because this is all information that they can't get. They can't be taken away from you if you have it in a book.
Yep, that's it.
And time goes by, and a lot of this original artwork and stuff, a lot of that is not going to be around forever either.
Mhm.
No.
So
Everything has a shelf date.
yeah, including us. So
Including us. Yep.
and you know what?
Take care of yourselves.
You see a presentation like this book, and you start presenting you start presenting this kind of format to younger people, this will get them excited about what it is that we're excited about a lot quicker than going, hey, did you see my toy?
Yeah.
Right. But if I show you the artwork to the Rolling Thunder,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like, that is so cool. Maybe I'd like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is about not only maintaining history, but I do believe it's marketing, man. It's about getting people excited about the things that we get excited about. Good news is prices at Toylanta were actually very good.
Yeah.
You know, you had the guys that, you know, were really way too proud of what they had, but most of the prices were
Always do.
actually very good. So that's a bonus.
We saw a $10,000 Night Force. Was
Boomer.
it Night Boomer? Night Boomer.
Mint in the
How
box,
much?
10 grand, 11 grand, wasn't it?
10 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mint in
Still
box.
sealed.
Was it
Well,
mint in box and graded?
The tape had
No,
come
it wasn't
loose off
graded.
one side.
It was sealed, but the tape broke.
Yeah.
But everything inside was still sealed. So that's
Yeah.
what the guy said. It was the tape on the ends broke, but everything was still in the box. It had never been opened. It just shows you could see where the flap, you know, it came off, you know, where the tape had broken. But
It was a nice box.
Toy Federation had a bunch of the Night Force stuff behind plexiglass.
They had most of it.
Yeah.
Except
Other than the
for
Night
the,
Boomer.
they had
Yep.
everything but the Night Boomer. And then
And
the
the
guy
Night
right
Boomer
next
was
to
in
it.
in the
next
booth
door.
next door.
So if you went there with an extra, $16,000, $17,000 just floating in your pocket, you could have walked out of there with the whole Night Force. The whole of Night Force. For a
Well, the
mere,
vehicles anyway.
yeah, right. The vehicles,
Right,
anyways,
yeah.
right?
Figures is a different story.
Right.
So,
Oh.
857.
One note. We heard one of our mercs, the guy I work with at the dealership, Tip Horsley. He's in our group. He was telling us about a guy that made off with a figure at the show. It was so packed in there that people, you know, elbow to elbow, more or less. And this one guy made off with a $200 figure, and never saw him again. So if you go to a show, you know, hey, help your vendors out and keep an eye on some of the people around, because you never know if they got ill intentions, you know. And
I'll say it. You don't never know what trash is in the building.
Exactly. So,
Yep.
you know,
It's true.
I felt bad. You know, they're there to make money, yeah, and you know, but we're all there for the same reasons. And you know, then you got the select few that make it bad for everybody. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you go to a show, you know, hey, watch out for your vendors and watch out for each other. And
If they have 4 or 5 high-dollar figures like that get stolen, guess what? They're going to quit going to shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you'll have fewer vendors.
Yeah.
then
that's right.
then nobody's gonna come. You know, yeah.
Yeah. If you go to a show and lose money, you're not going to go to the shows.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just that simple. And I have to
We
be
didn't
perfectly
really
honest with you. I don't know as I ever saw anything I needed. I just had to have so bad that I'd be willing to steal it. I
Right.
don't
Right.
get that.
We didn't really see much security, though. There were a lot of volunteers, you know, people and whatnot, but like security people.
No cops.
No police or any of that kind of presence. So
No, we were farther enough away from Atlanta so that you didn't need a police presence, which was actually
Right.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, well, let's hang it up, guys. I'm tired.
Well, I enjoyed it. It was a good show. I'm glad I went. You
Yep.
know, so
Yeah.
and thanks for having me on tonight.
Yep.
We'll
So
see you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
See you.